Good morning and welcome to Mrs. Green Thumb. I just decided to do a live. I don't know what the weather conditions are in your area, but we had a bad thunderstorm yesterday and it's supposed to rain for the next 3 days. So I go out there, but I don't stay too long outside. It's too kind of mucky out there. But we did need some rain. But when you get rain, we get rain. Boy, I'm telling you. So I just got some updated pictures I thought I'd come on and show you. Which probably on the live stream, chatting about a little bit about everything, but I will also show you the updates of my garden stuff going on. And of course, I have more experiments to try, and I will be doing a video on gnats. I'm trying to work something kind of cool together, but it's right now, I have every single house plant in my garage right now, and I'm trying a new method of spraying on it to see if I can get rid of the gnats. So I'll keep you up to date and see how that works out for me. I'll be right back. Hey, Miesh, what do you got here? Morning, Mrs. G. We have had storms too. I can't chat. I am rushing to go to yard sales with my daughter before it rains. Yeah, okay. Not a problem, Miesh. You gotta go. You can't. It's all right if you don't chat. Go for it. Tell me if you find any good stuff at the yard sales. I actually need some stuff, Miesh. If I could find some stuff for that butterfly garden. It's all recycling stuff that I'm using. I like it. I like that I did pop cans out of butterflies and flowers, and I took stuff that was garbage and painted it and made it look, I think, a little bit cooler. So that's what I'm going to be showing. So Miesh, have fun with your daughter. I mean, I know if you're hanging here, thank you so much. If you're listening to me, I appreciate it. But yeah, that's what I'm here. Just, and happy Saturday to everybody. And if I don't talk to you Sunday too. All right, Miesh, you let me know. You enjoy your trip. I'm not really a yard sales person, but I feel like if I could find some good deals, if I could find some good deals at a yard sale for especially the butterfly garden, because I want some cool things to go in it. Yeah. Thanks, Miesh. I want to find some cool things to go in it. You've seen it. I showed pictures of the flowers. I mean, they might not be 100% everybody's liking, but I had fun making them. They're pop cans, and then I added some butterflies that I was making. I have a couple butterflies out of pop bottles I have one, and I want to do some more out of the pop bottles. So that was my idea anyways. I said that I was going to try to make it look pretty with recycled crafting stuff, and I'm stretching out my perennials too, which is really cool because I'm taking perennials and then by next year they should be big enough that I can separate them. So that saved me a lot of money. I'm going to add some more next year, but what I'm really having fun with, honestly, is working with seeds. I'm experimenting that and I've got some new seeds. Again, I've been seeing them, just cheaper seeds, so it didn't cost me too much, but I saw some flowers that were 33 cents a bag, so I'm just popping them in, and then I can tell you how it goes if they come. But so far, I'm actually liking what I did. Like I said, put the seeds in there, a little bit of dirt, a little bit of mulch, and then once they get big enough, then I transfer them all over my yard. I have marigolds, and then I found a marigold, which is kind of funny. It's called I got to think of a Cracker Jack marigold, which when I looked at it, I thought it was going to be a different color, and it looks kind of like a bigger marigold. So I put them in the ground, and I saw them online, and then I go to the store and I find them for 33 cents, which is ridiculous. But anyway, I guess leading to the idea of don't be in a hurry to buy the seeds quite yet. Shop around a little bit, but it's okay. Like I said, and then there's cosmos. I saw a bag for cosmos. So all these flowers, I'm just having a lot of fun with throwing them in there, seeing if they're going to grow outside, seeing if they flower before the end of the season. And this is really a good experiment for me personally, is now I don't have to grow them in the house. I can put them all outside come the 2nd of May, 1st, 2nd of May, and then watch them grow and then move them all over, and they'll be in bloom, throughout, hopefully, by July, August. So, because the marigolds are doing quite well, and I planted them just a couple weeks ago. So they're not blooming yet, but they're getting to be a decent size. So I'm going to just switch some pictures on here. That's what I was going to do anyways. Let's see. These are my old pictures, but I put these on last night. just to come up and chat, and I'll probably show them again on a live stream. This is right here is the pepper plant. Now, I have said that lots of times. I even did a video, did you know? This is an annual pepper plant that I brought indoors. I've had peppers. They're not big peppers because I have to change the size of the pot. But I took it out and replanted it in. Had it for, this is going to go on 4 years. It's flowering outside. And I thought it was dead. When I put it outside, I said, okay, well, I got 3 years out of this plant. So that was amazing. And then it died. And then I started it, put it outside, and I saw, wait a minute, it's coming back again. So then I gave it some food, some fertilizer. And now it's blooming back up, as you can see. You can see the white flowers, but on this picture it's hard to see it. But it's flowering, so it's probably going to give me some more peppers. It amazed me about annual plants. If you take care of them, they can last a lot longer than what you think. And there is my other experiments that I'm showing you today. This one is a peanut plant on the purple one. And thank you to squirrels annoying me. They put peanuts all over, and then they started growing. So I'm actually thinking of doing a video on how to grow peanuts. But this year it just came. They're all over the place, and I recognize them now. So what I always say about start looking at your garden, you're going to see things, and you're going to be happy because it's going to save a lot of money if you can see things that are starting to grow already. Like, don't be in a hurry to dig up that ground of yours. But that's a peanut plant in that purple one. And the other ones are, yeah, the squirrels helped me out. They all over me. They got it in pots in the ground. Seriously, this was not in this pot. I moved it. I found it in the ground in the back. And so I moved it and put it in a pot. And then I have one in my long section. I have about 3-4 peanut plants. I'm just seeing how they grow in different dirt. And I'm pretty sure it might not grow that well in the one bin that I have to amend. The dirt's the soil, whatever, is too hard to work with. So lots of plants need loose plants. Hi, that's okay. My backyard science. Hi, no problem. He says, hey, long time. You're always welcome. Thank you so much. I'm just showing some updates on my plants here. And I want to call these my experiments. So as you can see, those are dahlias that I'm propagating from other dahlias. They have rooted, but they are slow to reroot. That's what I'm learning. But this should be able to, I'm hoping by the end of this summer, I'll have some. Hey, hi Andy T Show. And then there's a rosemary there. I'm trying another experiment. So you got, that's a peanut plant, that's a dahlia, and that is rosemary trying to grow. I want to see if it works. People on other garden channels, big garden channels, say you can do this, and sometimes I think they're not right. I don't know, because they never really show you step by step. I like showing you step by step that it actually works and what it looks like and how slow process or how fast a process something grows. And a lot of them will just say, this is what you can do, put it in the ground, and they do a whole big chat about it, but never actually show you where they actually did it and where it turned into a pretty good plant. Most of them don't do that. I saw lots of channels, and they'll say, like, for instance, one was just out about growing pineapple plants, and all they did was clean it off, put it in the dirt, and say, here you go. This, don't do the other ways, just do this. And that's what the end of the video was. It never actually showed you that plant actually grew. It just showed you them putting it in the ground. So that's not me. I like watching videos that show me step by step. That's me personally. So then I kind of trust, okay, they know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about because they're showing you stuff. I do. I just like showing things, and that's what I believe. Oh, you love I absolutely love dahlias. I was connected with them probably last year. I started going, what is this? I like this plant. And then this year I bought 3 of them, and then now I'm going to propagate dahlias, and that's what I want to. There's so many colors of the rainbow. I'm probably going to add more to my my list. I'm going to have more, and this is my experiments of seeing, is it going to grow? It's very slow to propagate because you can see this has been in there for probably a good, almost a month, maybe 3 weeks to a month. It is, I'm pretty sure it's rooting, but I didn't pull it out, but I know it's growing. And if you pull it out, you're going to damage the roots. So I'm just leaving it be, but I'm pretty sure it's rooted. It is growing tiny little leaves. So I'm sure it's up to date here. And the rosemary is new. I just put that in recently. Not rosemary, sorry, lavender. I want to see if you can do this. They're saying lavender is easy to propagate, and I'll see. Oh, did you have to put props up for your corn? Yeah, I believe that because our storm was extremely bad. What I'm worried about is some of my containers are getting overwatered, and I didn't like that because I don't know if I took pictures of it to show you when it overwaters, the leaves turn really yellow. So I don't know. I'm not. Oh, do you, we probably get? Yeah, I know what tubers are from that. And I am going to next year get the tubers of the ones I got now, but I'm going to propagate not just from tubers. I'm going to see if this works too. I'm just experimenting. That's me. I'm a big channel on fooling around with all sorts of stuff. Trust me, that's kind of what I do. I have little pots all over the place and seeing if it works. There, I just wanted to show you. That's my clematis. This I've already showed you. Those are thornberries, and I'm already pulling them out. I have now a bowl of thornberries, and every day I pull them out. And my trick to that is if you want the animals not to eat it, just pick it up a little bit before it's ripe. Put it in your house. I put it on a tin pan in the kitchen, and I let it ripe to the color I like, and then I go and put it in the fridge or freezer. Blueberries I'm freezing. Strawberries I just put in the fridge to make a sauce. These ones I'm not sure. I've never worked with a thornberry. Now they taste like a raspberry, but not as sweet. Raspberries aren't sweet anyways, but these are even less sweet than a raspberry, but it has that, I want to say pungent, kind of strong taste. They're delicious. They are very, if you like the sour taste, they're really good. Yeah, we'll see. I'll see if it works, good morning, Susan. I'll tell you if it works. My updates are either through a video or I'll come back and live stream and tell you. So that's what I'm going to show you. I took pictures just yesterday. These are my pictures yesterday. Or I think it was yesterday. I'm trying to think yesterday or 2 days ago. I want to show you updates how it goes. I'll show you like the beginning because you haven't been here in my backyard science. I'll show you. I have pictures from the beginning, the first time I was showing my stuff I'm working on, and this is what they look like 2 days ago. So that's the lavender I want to show you. This is, see how big that lavender is? And the point I wanted to show you is it pays to cut some of it down. So I actually cut some of it down in the beginning of spring, and I have it hanging to dry in my garage. I cut lots of the stuff down because it just grows better. It's going to spread, and you can see, look at, so I've already, lavender's picky. Last year I took two pieces and it killed, the main plant died from me pulling a piece from it. And these are the original that, like I took a piece from the original ones, moved them, and these are the pieces that grew from the original lavender plant, but the two lavender plants died. So you kind of got to be touchy with lavender. Don't totally like you pulling it apart. I'll tell you that much because it died off. But this year I was lucky enough, I saw a straggler that on the side of this bush, and so I picked two pieces of it, and it's behind my fence in the butterfly garden. One's not doing so good, but the other one is rooting, and it's growing flowers, and it's small, but it's getting there. So the reason I'm doing all this lavender is for many reasons, because you can do lavender oil, you can do tons of stuff with the flowers, but also I want to put it all in my butterfly garden, and I don't want to pay a dime. I'm getting tired of paying too much money for plants for that butterfly area, so I am trying to propagate my own stuff and put it back there, and then I'll save a lot of money. And by the way, this moss is really cool stuff. If you see the green moss where the little fairies are, that is a really nice moss that grows white little flowers. It's really, really pretty, and I added another plant at the back that you can't really see to this garden. So, and of course, I'm like addicted to fairy stuff, so I bought a new house. The little tea kettle house is a new fairy house, and I bought some little fairies. They're throughout my whole garden, but I bought fairies, a fairy house, just little doodads because I kind of like that stuff. I like the whole thing together. I think the next one's my peach tree, how it's doing. See how big that tree is? It had a leaf curl. Thanks, guys. That's my peach tree. You can't see the peaches. When you take pictures, it's funny because they don't, either some show up better than they look like, or some don't show up at all. This is, oh yeah, I guess you can see, if you look hard enough, you'll see. What I'm happy about is this peach tree almost died last year. And again, with the snowstorm and the frost, I thought it would die. And then what I learned this year, because I'm learning things all the time, like everybody else is, I thought it was the frost that gave it leaf curl, and it's, peach trees are subjected to leaf curl. That's what I've learned. And it's really ugly when the plants turn really, well, I have another picture of it later I'll show you, but they turn really terrible, and you've got to pull it off because it'll go through the whole tree, this leaf curl, and then it eventually dies. So what I've learned is I'm trying to still get a cheaper copper, not fertilizer, but well, to kill the fungus off, a fungicide, copper fungicide is what I'm trying to say. But the tree is doing amazing. You can see it. It was like, this tree has only been in there for, what is this, third year? No, second, 2 years. I'm trying to think. It had peaches the very first year. So this tree is only like about 2 years old. I don't think, well, in my yard, I think maybe the tree is about 4 years old, that tree. So I think it's 4 years old, that peach tree. Hey, Kathleen, good morning. So as you can see, and the birds are still going after it, but I'm trying to save I was trying to save the tree, but I want some peaches this year. I mean, it's been a while since I had tasted a partly bit one by birds last year. So hopefully I can get some peaches. And there's a dahlia. So there's a dahlia there. That's the one I didn't show the last time I showed my dahlias. This is a smaller one, and this is a peach one. So I have a peach one, a red one, and a yellow one, and I plan on getting more dahlias because I absolutely love them. They're just the best flower. Even my husband was saying they constantly bloom. Right now, one of the ones in the front are like all the flowers. I pulled them all, so it doesn't have any flowers right now, but they're constant buds, so it's going to come out and it'll have a whole whack of more flowers in a little bit of time. I mean, it's crazy. It's great. It's forever blooming, and it's one of the best flowers. That's why I keep talking about them. And then this is a plant. I just want to show you something. I got to remember. It's pretty sad because I've grown so many flowers. I freaking forget. I got to go to my channel and tell you what it is. It's on my channel how I grew it. But if anybody knows the name of that flower, shoot it out for me before I go find it. I got to go to my channel. I gotta go find it on my channel. I just grew them in a greenhouse. They started growing that inside in the greenhouse near Christmas time. I knew it was an annual, but it was too late to put it out. So I saved it. I had a whole bunch, but I saved it to put outside, and so there you go. It's doing quite well outside now. But I kind of find it's an annual that normally it dies by the time the fall comes here. And what the heck? Let's see if you guys can beat me to the name here. I'm trying to find it. It's so bad. It's with the C content. Let's see. Name that plant before I can. That's it. Name the plant before I can. Just going back really fast. Where is it? There it is. It's Cleo. That's the Cleo. Let's see. Anybody type it? That's my Cleo plant. So that's the Cleo one that was an annual that I have these are little plants I'm kind of proud of because I didn't know if I could save it and put it out for the summertime. That was my goal in the greenhouse, and I could add more, but I really didn't work too hard to keep them all. So let's do this one. And this is a baby blueberry. Like that combo pot. Oh, thanks, Kathleen. And I'm happy to see you, doll. Thank you so much. You guys are chatting, and that's cool. This is, you know what, this was so exciting to me, okay? It might not be exciting to you guys, but it is for me. I think a lot of things that I see, when I see new things coming up on the ground, it excites me because I know it's a new plant. Anyways, I saw this kind of to the side of one of the blueberry plants, and I pulled it, and it kind of split some of the root on the plant, but it gave me roots. So I was excited, and I went, hey, I got a brand new blueberry plant. So it is possible sometimes little plants are off the side of a blueberry plant, and you can pull it apart and relocate it. So that's a propagation thing. I just propagated a little baby blueberry plant. So that was, I know, like I said, things amuse me. They might not amuse you, but it's exciting for me when I see new stuff like that. Hey, Sharp Eye Coins, hello, welcome. And there's the blueberry plant. See, they grow good, but I just want to show you that I've been picking them up. You can see that's my blueberries. They're a nice size. I have 3 different kinds of blueberries. They didn't take a lot of room. They're not a lot of space. And if you look, it kind of likes that airflow between the two. So it looks kind of like shabby, I want to say. Just the ends have the leaves, and the inside, the base part is kind of open. But you want it that way. They need to circulate the base part of these blueberry plants, and you need at least two types of plants to propagate. Sorry, two types of plants to germinate blueberries, because I had one and it didn't work for years. I had two were same ones, and then I started researching it, and it said that in order to get blueberries, and a decent amount of blueberries, you need more than one type of blueberry. You have to plant different ones. And this one, I have the names of them. I should have marked them when I tagged them, but I'm not sure the name of that one. You too, Miesh. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Have fun. This, I want to tell you, is that's my 4 o'clocks. Hey, Will, good happy Saturday to you. Welcome. This is my 4 o'clocks. And as you can see, I told you, I showed last year how to find the 4 o'clocks. They were easy to find. Plus, there's a whole bunch that fell on the ground, and those are, see all those plants on the right? I didn't pull them out because I'm going to relocate them somewhere else. Those are all 4 o'clocks. Those aren't weeds beside this plant. That is all 4 o'clocks on the base where the seeds fell over last year and grew. So I can pull them all up, and I'll move them somewhere else. I might put some in the butterfly garden. I just haven't done it yet. So that's how those 4 o'clocks are amazingly easy to grow. And you get a lot. A big bang for your bucks. Oh yeah, and I already just did that last video. And thank you all for watching that last video I did. This is, I just took this, like I said, all these are taken 2 days yesterday. This is my tomato bed, which I'm really loving this, okay? I'm going to do 3 more beds next year. I am just telling you, the reason I like it is because I can adapt each section to like design it. So if I'm going to put tomatoes in here, I'm going to make it sure it has high calcium stuff in it. And I'm going to design that bed for my tomatoes. And if I need the side, I'll put whatever in it. But this is in here. It has Cleosa. It has strawberry. You'll see it. I even had the sign on there. Strawberry spinach. I think that's what it's called. And I took a close-up picture to show you what it looks like. It's not the most attractive looking plant, but I mean, and it takes a while to grow it because I see the stages, how slow it is. And all these are my plants, and I can't wait to see these growing in. I've actually cleaned up the base, and this is what I like doing. This picture doesn't show it, but I went in yesterday. Don't waste all the energy on the bottom leaves. Plus, it also gets mold and it turns yellow and it's just yucky. I actually take up all the, I don't know for you gardeners that you do this, but I literally strip the whole plant. Oh, nice. Your mom's eating breakfast. That's great. I literally strip the base parts of these plants and so that they look like bare. It certainly does. I hope you planted the ones I gave you, Kathleen. Or I know you weren't going to do too much gardening because you weren't feeling good, but it's not too late to plant them. Those freaking things are they're like weeds. They grow absolutely like weeds. Those plants. Anyways, I've stripped the bottom base of the tomatoes, or seed. Yeah. It makes a lot of baby seeds. It's the most easiest plant. You want to grow 4 o'clock. It's seriously that one and is the easiest one of all the plants I've ever grown. To get lots of seeds. I mean, I won't even buy a seed anymore because I have so many seeds. It's crazy for that plant. So I stripped the base and I just have the tops. And this is not a good picture to show you because I went in and actually took all the bottom leaves off of these plants. So that gives the energy more for the fruit of the tomato. But anyways, this soil was adopted for that. That video shows you I put certain things in for this one. And I took a picture of something else. That's the one. This is my tomato bed. Now, I did a video on that, and I put hay because I was experimenting if hay would work. And what I found the problem was, because there was channels that I saw to grow potatoes and hay would be easy, and I was so excited to try this project. But in the end, I was really disappointed because the hay on the bottom kept it extremely moisture, and the potatoes went mushy. I did save some potatoes. I removed all the hay out of here, except for very little. And I'll use it on other areas, projects, because if you want a base to keep the soil wet, freaking hay is amazing, I'll tell you that much. So I dug it up, and this looks like a mess because you're not seeing anything, but you will see it later on. I did find some potatoes, saved them, and right now there's potatoes growing in this bin. I have potatoes in the ground. I'm going to try it that way. And then I have a row of garlic in here too. So I have garlic and potatoes in this bin. The garlic obviously isn't going to come out till next year, but I put them in there, and I want to see how my potatoes do. And I'm definitely, if they don't do good, that soil is going to be amended for potatoes, for sure. We're going to be putting topsoil and some other things in it for potatoes. Like, just, it won't be made just like the tomato one. It's whatever potatoes need to thrive. That's what I'm going to do for that bin. And I just want to show you, this is my yellow squash, or zucchini. Yellow zucchini, yellow squash, same thing. That's them coming, how big they are now. And the thing that I found was, and I'm not going to do this, but I found that it produces more females. So if it doesn't get pollinated, they die, and that's what's happening. This plant is producing a lot of female plants, and there's no male plants to finish it off. Hey, everyone. This is, if anybody can tell me what that is, I'm not sure. This was a volunteer plant, and I don't know what it is yet. I thought it was going to be patty pan squash, because that's what I grew last year. Squash looks wonderful. Thanks. Well, this patty pan, I don't know what it is. Right now, it's no signs of a patty pan squash. I don't know what it is. Yeah, pesticides and hay. Be careful where you buy your hay. Yeah, that is probably true. But I probably won't be using hay too much. Not at all. I will probably not be using it. I'll probably get rid of it somehow. We'll see. I don't know what I'm doing with it yet, but it's all up the garden right now. And it won't be there in the potatoes next year, that's for sure. You think it's a squash? I don't know. What did I have growing? Last year I had patty pan squash was all over it's a squash. I just don't know what kind of squash. And it has the male flowers coming up, but it doesn't show any sign of a female yet. So I have no idea what it is. I thought it was patty pan. What did I grow back there? Patty pan. I had some, another kind of squash. I'm trying to think of the other one, squash that I grew. I don't have, do you have gophers? Oh, no. No, Kathleen. I moved the gopher out. The gopher would come under my stair every year, and I won. I should have called it the Battle of the Gophers, but no, I have no gophers bugging me this year. I think I annoyed it so much it moved out. Mine, anyways. Oh yeah, this doesn't look great, but I wanted to show you this because we had a bad storm. The sand is all from a storm, but you see the bite holes. That's aphids, okay? And last year they ate I couldn't have any beans. They were eating it like crazy. I sprayed it with neem oil once this year, and if I'm keeping an eye on it, I might spray it again if I have to, because neem oil affects good bugs as well as bad bugs. So you have to be careful with neem oil too. So I'm trying not to overdo neem oil because I don't want to harm the good bugs. There is good bugs out there, but I did, for aphid's sake, I sprayed it once, and just to show you, the top leaves seem to be not affected as bad, and they're growing in. I miss everyone. Been tired being helping them outside planting. Ground is hard. Yeah. That's what my squash was all oh, was it? I actually didn't want to do this because I think it's too much work, but you can if you eventually take a male plant, you can go and do that. Oh, you think it's watermelon? That's funny. I don't think it's watermelon. Watermelon leaves are different, and it goes, but anyways, I think we're a little bit behind, but, yeah, no, I didn't grow watermelon. If it's watermelon, then it came from somebody else's yard, because I didn't grow it last year. So I'm showing that a lot, because I'm just saying that I'm really happy to see this, because last year, all it did was I struggled all year long to try to grow beans in this area. The aphids just ate them, and I spray and ate them and spray. So I just sprayed it once this year. And a good sign is if you get rid of the ants are what cause the aphids problem. So the minute you see ants, there's a good chance you have aphids. They just go hand in hand. They're like husband and wife, aphids and ants. Okay, there you go. So this is my, that's the butternut squash. I have 2 rows of them. Yeah, you got to be careful with neem oil, yes. But I don't have it near. I don't have it near any animals, and I'm hardly using it as much. Yeah, I know, but it's hard to connect them if you get attract ladybugs. Yes, absolutely. And you know what? I can't find them. I've only found two this year. So I have an issue of if I could have ladybugs over neem oil, I probably would. But I'm careful. The neem oil works really good, though. I have to admit it does. And as long as you don't overspray it, it's good. I'm careful with it. I'm not overdoing it. And you can see the leaves. There's no aphid issue here because all my leaves are cool. Yeah, you can order ladybug. That's true. So that is my Amish melon to the right, and I'm kind of stringing it up. It's not the best thing. This is just a practice I've never grown Amish melon before, so, and I want to try to grow things more vertically. So again, I'm experimenting. So I put 3 sticks, put a rope on them, and I'm hanging the Amish melon on these ropes. I'm sure they're not going to be great. I'm going to have to come up with another plan next year, but so far, I want them off the ground. And another little trick I did, and as you can see pictures, these two things to be growing really nice. I actually dug the hole, put bones and stuff from my fridge, and I threw it in the ground, buried it up before. I did this probably a month before I put these in. And as you can see, it didn't harm it, and it's supposed to kind of help it with all that stuff when it's biodegrading in the ground. So it looks pretty good. Light mugs are so beautiful last night. They're finally out. Yeah, I've seen a few. We've seen them out. Well, they've been out for a little while for us. As soon as the warm weather hit, I started seeing them. Okay, that's just to show you a close-up of the tomatoes. I mean, that picture doesn't show you I actually have tomatoes, but I just put a picture in there. You can see the tomato hidden in the thing. But now I'm thinning them out. Like I said, all the base of these plants are going to be thinned out. So... And I was working on them. I only want kind of a thin strand, and on the top, the tomatoes. You don't need all that extra leaves on tomatoes at all. They're kind of like a waste. Well, hello, Tennessee Dud Scratcher. Is it Scratcher? Hello, welcome, Tennessee Dud. Tomatoes are great. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Kathleen. I can't wait to show you because I want to be honest. I grew 5 different kind of tomatoes. Okay. Because I lost a lot with sulfur, when I did the sulfur to try to work on the gnats, it killed half my plants, or they were really weak. But I saved some. Some plants actually thrived and did okay. They didn't thrive, but they did better. So I did a Kellogg tomato. I did ABE Lincoln. I did. I'm trying to think of all the tomatoes I got in there, and I got some other ones locally tomatoes here too. And then I have the spoon tomato. These were all from seeds, but 2 of them kind of died out. So I have to do it again. I'm trying to think of the name. The ABE Lincoln survived survived it, and so did the other Thomasil tomato. It's going to be a white tomato, and the other 2 I'm going to have to grow next year because, like I said, the plants were doing good. All of them were in my greenhouse, and then when I used the sulfur on them to try to get the gnats killed off, that killed a lot of my plants. So that sulfur stuff is extremely hard on plants, and I won't be using that again. Matter of fact, I have a whole jug, and it's kind of like I got to figure out what I can do with it because I'm not using it on my plants. It's just too harmful. That's the close-up. That is what the spinach strawberry looks like. That's what it starts out. It's not the most. It looks like a weed kind of. I love tomatoes with peppers. Oh, that sounds good. I think I'm going to do a pepper bed next year. I want 3 more beds. So it's going to be potato, tomato. I think I might do a pepper bed, and I'm not sure what the other 2 beds are going to be, but they're each going to be separate. Then I can experiment with tomatoes. I can experiment with different kind of peppers, how it goes. Yeah, I have serious nuts here. Yeah, Kathleen, I know. My whole house was really bad. That's why all my plants are in the garage right now, and I'm working on this spray. I sprayed them all except for about, I think, 6 plants. I will tell you how that works out for you, but you actually, in order to get them out of your house, you're going to have to take all your plants out of your house. You're going to have to take all your plants out of your house, and then it's a shampoo thing that I'm working with. But I'll tell you, I want to do a video on it. I want to tell you all the things I did and did not work, and channels tell you they work, and they don't. Tons of things I've worked with. So I'm trying to put a video together on all the things I tried, what happened with those things, and if I ever find the right product to help you with gnats. Oh, that's all you planned with this year was tomato pepper. So anyways, Kathleen, it's kind of for everybody, but Kathleen, this one's for you. I want to show you that the spinach, what is it? It's spinach strawberry or whatever. I'm not saying it right, but you knew it was one of the plants Kathleen wanted to try growing, and I just want to show you. I don't bring, wait a minute, I don't bring your fruit in the house. I don't bring your fruit in the house? What do you mean I don't bring your fruit in the house? Or don't bring your fruit in the house? So anyways, it looked like a weed, but I have about, I got 4 over there, 5 of these plants growing. I had more, but like I said, these are the only ones that survived. Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out how to control this, Tennessee. I will tell you this much. There is a soil out there that is designed for indoors. I recently heard that, but I'm looking into it. I'm looking into the soil, plus I'm going to see if you can do this. If you sterilize the soil, because most of the gnats are brought in by your soil. That's what it is. It starts crazy. So, yeah, that's the spinach plant. We'll see what it looks like. You know, when they take pictures of plants, they're going to take it at their best. It doesn't mean they look as nice as what a picture looks like. That's what I'm trying to show you. This one, the picture, well, let me see. I'm going to grab the picture of this, what it's supposed to look like. And we'll do a comparison if it looks like it. I got to go to Baker's Creek. And by the way, Baker's Creek seeds, I had no problem with them. They're very good seeds. The only thing is when I did the sulfur, like I repeated several times, that killed a lot of the plants. And the only ones that are the really strong survived. Let me see. What did I call it? Spinach. Is it strawberry? There he is. I want to show you. This is what the leaves look the same. Okay, I'm going to give it that. The leaves look the same. Let me show you what the original picture was. But I have to say, yeah, the leaves look very similar to this. So that's cool. I'm going to show you this plant right here that you have on screen. I'm trying to get a copy of the original picture of the package, what it looks like. And I'll show you. Show you what it's supposed to look like. They do come in the soil. I guarantee you they do. I wonder if this nuts come in the soil and then, yes, they do. No, they come in, I give you 100% they come in the soil. 100% they do. But the thing is, I'm finding that you can buy indoor soil. Plus, I want to see if I can sterilize the soil. However, when you sterilize the soil, it takes all the nutritional value out of the soil. But how about we sterilize the soil, bring that soil in your house, and then add to it and give it enriched stuff to it. That's what I'm going to work with. All right, Tennessee, you have a wonderful day. Have a fantastic day, you guys. Okay, so I want to, actually, I'm going to open it up and put it right here. This is what, the leaves do look like the same, so this is kind of cool. I'm happy about that for all of you. And Kathleen, wait a minute. Let's go find that picture I did. All right, let's do some comparison. Where'd it go? I got to get it. I agree ahead of time. You do? There it is. So watch the picture. The picture looks obviously nicer than this plant that looks like a weed. But there it is. Look. Can you see that? I'll blow it up a little bit. I just want you to see the leaves look the same. This is what that plant's supposed to look like. So if you look at the leaves, that looks the same. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to put it right there. Right? There's another plant that I took, and then I'm going to grab the picture. I'm going to find it right now. See if I can save celosia. And there's another name for it too. Let's see. Find celosia plants. There it is. Or I call it, it's celosia, but it's also known as Chinese wool. And this is what this plant looked like, and I have it growing. I think it's a kind of a cool looking plant. I'll give it that for sure. And it's coming up, so I'm going to grab the newest picture, what it's supposed to look like too. Let's see. Well, you're well, Will. You're very well. You're well. Very welcome, Will. I need some more coffee. But I'm excited to show you what's going on. You tell me. By the way, before I move on, Kathleen, does that look similar? If you look at the leaves on this one here, does it look, it's called strawberry spinach or whatever. Does it look like the same, you guys? That's what I'll move on in a minute, but I just want you look at the leaves of my plant. It's small. I've blown this up for you to see. It's still very tiny, that plant. It's just, when I stretched it out to show you, it's really big, but on the ground it looks like a weed and it's not big. But the leaves look similar to that plant. Are you leaving us, Will? I think people think you're leaving. I don't think he's leaving, though. I'm not sure. Last 2 times I grew it inside, I had to take them out. The knots got so bad. Oh, yeah. They get bad. I have plants all over, and it's in my garage, and I'll show you that. I'm filming all of it, what I'm doing with it, and see if it works to have a solution for gnats once you get them. Hopefully it'll work. Like I said, I've sprayed with a solution, and I gave them all a bath, and I'm going to see if it affects the plants, first of all, and if it kills the gnats off. And a few of my tricks that I plan on doing before I introduce the plants back in my house. But my suggestion, if you have that many plants, and if it's warm enough to put them outside, get them all outside first, and then clean them off, and then bring them back in. Yeah, they do eat. You're right. Not all if they'll eat the roots of a smaller one because they're fungus gnats, so they'll eat anything that's rotting if it's fungus. But they have not killed my plants off. Only the weak plants do they kill off. The rest of the plants are thriving quite nicely, but they do affect it for sure. They do affect the growth of it, and I think they're going to grow much better when I fix the problem of this. But like I said, the solution I'm working with right now, I will tell you, and I'm doing a video, and I'm going to show you the amounts of what to use, and we'll see if it works. But it's using tea tree oil, peppermint oil, alcohol, 70% alcohol, and I have 3% peroxide, but you're supposed to use 1% peroxide. And I'm making that solution as a shampoo. And I shampooed 3/4 of them. I got a few more to go. I'm going to tell you this much, though. It does smell. So I recommend you highly don't do it in your house. It's got a really strong smell. Unless you really like the smell of tea tree oil or peppermint oil, it's extremely strong. It's going to give you a headache. So like I said, I took them all in the garage. I plan on doing this once a year. Mosquitoes don't like peppermint. No. I plan on doing this once a year to clean out all my plants. I don't want to overdo it. And when I do it, I'm going to put it in a room. In the wintertime, if I find any plant I introduce is going to be cleaned out first. I'm going to try to separate my plants before, because it will go into every single plant if you don't stop it right there. All right, so I was going to do the next one. Yeah, there it is. This is the Chinese wool, and I got a picture for you guys too. I'll put it right here, what it's supposed to look like. Oh, this is another one that Kathleen kind of talked about, and she said she wanted to get these seeds. So there's a few of them that we thought were really cool, and I said I'm going to try growing them and see what they look like. Right now, I am just going to. I have something to do with that. That's not going to destroy them. I'm going to tell you, Vaseline around the rim of the top of the pot will not kill the eggs. It will, however, catch the flyers. So the flyers can be killed off. They'll get stuck to Vaseline. That'll work. But Vaseline will not kill your problem. You have a fungus gnat. It eats off fungus, and there's a kind of a cycle of a worm that goes in there, kind of laying the eggs. It's just disgusting. And that Vaseline will not work. Like I said, I'm going to stress that. It only gets rid of the flyers. It will not get rid of your problem. You have to kill the larva and the eggs at a 1/4 inch from the top. A 1/4 inch on the top of that. But I'm going to tell you, I am doing that, so I'm glad you brought that up. What I did, and you will see it later, what I did was they are attracted to yellow. I'm going to put a picture in 1 minute, guys. They're attracted to the color yellow. I took, because I want it to look nice in my plants, okay, you don't have to do this, but I took a yellow paper plate. I punched out butterflies. I recycle all kinds of stuff, so I had coffee sticks. So I took a butterfly, glued it to it, two together, like so it looks like a pretty little stick, right? Then I'm going to put Vaseline on that butterfly so it looks pretty, and put it in my plants. So all the plants are going to have a little cute little butterfly with Vaseline on it, and it'll catch the flyers. That's what I'm doing. So I am trying to do it myself and show you how to get rid of the main source of the larva and the eggs. And then to catch the flyers, you'll need something sticky, because I use sticky tape too. But it's gonna, and this also tells me if you do what I'm saying to do, the little flower, it'll tell you whether you have a gnat issue, because the flying gnat will go right to it. Okay, no problem, Susan. So the flying gnats, it'll tell you have a gnat issue. If you have a flyer and you catch it within that pot, you'll know. That will it'll stop them hatch. I'll give you this much, Tennessee. It'll stop them from laying eggs if you kill them off, but it doesn't fix the part of the pot where they're constantly laying 1,000. They lay hundreds of eggs. One little flyer can lay hundreds of eggs. So you catch the flyers, that's great, but you have to do both. It's a combination of fixing the soil and catching the flyers. Trust me, I've been doing this for 2 years, working on a solution how to fix it, until I got infested this year that drove me crazy. Yeah, I would just have it, put the computer on. They do. I would put my computer on at night just to look, I'll be looking at some stuff and some garden channel stuff and watching people's videos, and they would come to my nose. They were going in my nose. They were going in my mouth. They were going on the screen. They freaking were driving. I said, that's it. I'm going crazy here. And I'm going to take every damn plant out. Sorry, my language, but I'm going to put them in the garage. And I am going to freaking find the way to kill this stuff off. And then I'll introduce them back into my house once I know these plants are safe. One by one, that's what I'm going to do. And another thing is they might actually, as long as they don't die off in my garage because it's not that sunny, they're staying out there for a while, because it takes about roughly the adult flying gnat can last about 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks they stay alive. So if I have my choice, I'm going to leave my plants out there for about 3 weeks. Plus I'll be working on them in the garage to clean all the gnat stuff off, and then I'll bring them back in. Yeah, they like the lake. They were going in my nose. It just drove me crazy that they'll go anywhere warm, damp spots. They'll go in. So they were going in my nose. They go in my mouth. It was just disgusting. And so I had to. I'm calling it the war against the fungus gnats. Hopefully they'll let me do a video on this, because that's what I want to do. I want to have fun with it, and I'm calling it the war against the gnats and what I've done. All the things I've used that didn't work, and all the things that help, but they're not 100% solution to fix this issue. I'm still working on that, finding it. All right, I was just going to go find that picture I want to show you of the Cleo, which is the Chinese wall plant, which it was weird. I took a bite of the leaf, and it's not exactly, I guess I want to say I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. To me, it didn't taste like spinach. But, hey, I got to give it a chance. There, they don't show you the actual plant. They only show you the top. So you can see that the top and the center is growing the wool part of this. But all the leaves are edible, and the top of it is edible. It's an ornamental edible plant. I did I'm still alive today, so I took a small piece of the leaf. It was a little grindy. I should have washed it off, but it was grindy, really sandy taste, but so I gotta do it again. But I didn't taste it. To me, it didn't taste similar to I don't know, spinach, but this is what it says on it. It's a brilliant bloom, look like colorful tufts of yarn, setting landscape and floral arrangements ablaze. This 2 to 3 foot tall variety was a major standout in our trial gardens. This is from Baker's Creek, what they typed, and is our new favorite flower. Baker's Creek is delighted to reintroduce an all but forgotten edible ornament and what we have found to be the most delicious flowering vegetable we have ever eaten. The fluffy, colorful heads of this amaranth family member are widely colorful and made a bold, everlasting flower for fresh or dried arrangements. What sets this apart is truly remarkable. Edible ornament is a delicate and gourmet flavor. The young leaves are perfect spinach substitute. Nah, I don't know about that. That's my point. I will try it again and test it to see if it tastes similar to spinach, but it didn't to me. At the Baker's Creek Trial Kitchen, we had tried a tempura-style stir-fry added to soups, lasagnas, pizzas. Possibilities are endless. The greens are incredibly nutritious as well. One study showed that 100 grams of serving provides all your daily recommended vitamin A, about 25% of the daily recommended of calcium, and that's all. We're not going to get into that, but it's, well, Baker's Creek founder Jared Jettle was introduced when he saw advertisements for the Chinese Wallflower and Seeds catalog, dating back to 1915. He has never seen a plant in real life, and upon researching, he realized they were no longer available in the U.S. We took search abroad and finally tracked down single seed packet in Japan. We're thrilled to finally be able to offer it to the public. So this is a plant that we're talking about. I've been trying for a few years too, but non-indoors. I'm gonna, like I said, Tennessee, I'm gonna try something. I'm actually gonna do something else. I am going to sterilize sand, dirt, and then bring it to my house. And then I'm going to reintroduce fertilizers to it. We'll see. This is, like I said, when I find, I say it like it is. That's kind of the way I am. I'm not going to lie and say this worked well or not. I will tell you, this is what happened to me. This is how it works. If you like it, give it a shot. If I really like something, then there's a chance, well, you probably might like it. But on the other hand, like I said, you're getting coffee, no problem. I wondered how to clean the dirt. You have to sterilize it. I don't know. I'm gonna research that. I have not really, and apparently, hey, Maniac Grammy, what brings you here? Hello, darling. So if what I would do is introduce. Well, no, wait a minute. I want to say about as far as sterilizing. Look around. Apparently, you can buy soil that is sterilized for indoors. So if you can find that, then try to use that. That might help. Until then, I'm going to find out how to sterilize the soil so I can bring it in indoors. That's what I would say. So, let's see. Now that is how those are my spoon tomatoes are doing. That's my spoon tomatoes in the garden. That is my milkweed and hostas plants. I have hostas all over. I always talk about a hostas plant. It's a wonderful plant, inexpensive. It grows crazy. You split it. You can have it all over the place. It attracts all kinds of pollinators in the ground. It attracts worms. The flowers attract all kinds of creatures there to It's just a great plant, the hostas plant, to have, and it's easy. You can hardly kill it. It's like the strongest plant I've ever seen, and compared to a weed, and it's really hard to kill the hostas off once you get it growing. It is. It's like almost impossible. So this thing is going all over my butterfly garden because I know it can be. You can give it too much water, it doesn't mind it. You give it no water, it's a good plant. Okay, so I got dirt once just for indoors. The only good thing was the gnats didn't get as bad. Okay, so that's actually, thank you for telling me that. That's good. It's good to know. I need to hear this stuff. I will, like I said, I'm going to practice to see if I can sterilize dirt. And I'm going to see. But I will tell you this, miss, once you clean your plants. Oh, no problem, Kathleen. Have a good one, honey. No problem, Kathleen. Take care, honey. Be safe. God bless you all and be safe, and hope you feel better. It's all good. Thanks, guys. It's all good. I'm excited. See that one? Those are little. This is one again I got from Baker's Creek, and it's doing amazing. It's called the spoon tomato, and the seeds are really cool. And I'm actually excited. I didn't show and they're actually doing better in my pail than they are here because I amended my 5-gallon pail. I wanted to For those of you who are new and didn't hear me say this before, when working with anything, when you're doing things grown in containers, you need to add to the soil because it loses a lot of nutritional value. And so I've added to my pails, okay, and I'm adding, I think I'm going to, once a month, I'm going to add an organic fertilizer to it, slow release. And so far, the plant is doing better than in the ground. So that was my goal. It was another experiment for me. Could I take plants, grow them equal to the ground, and have a lot of fruit to it? So you'll see, the proof is in the pudding, and I can show you the stuff I'm growing, which is really cool. There, that's just a picture of my milkweed, which for those of you, again, new, I took the milkweed, and I had, they were growing wild, and people were running all over them. And so I pulled baby ones and put them in here and got them growing from last year. So these are going to get moved, though. I don't want them here. I need to use this bed for food next year. That'll be 3, and then I'm going to do 2 more. It depends on what I'm growing there, Grammy. I found the one that I used that I really like, and it's hard to find. They have it out of stock right now. I found a Miracle-Gro organic fertilizer on Amazon.ca because I'm Canadian, and that was a really nice fertilizer so far. But I've also put stuff in my containers besides the fertilizer. You need to put things in, and again, you guys watch the videos, you'll see all the stuff is put in. That's why I do videos, to kind of educate everybody what I did, and like the proof to show you like normally when I do videos, it's from seed to plant. I've extended it a little longer, which means a lot more time. Some of these take months to do, my videos, and I'm going to show you exactly in the containers what I put in each container. Depending on what I'm growing, it could change because each plant needs something different to grow. You can't just put normal fertilizer and think that that's going to be, you have to work with a combination of other things if you are doing containers. Ground is totally different, but containers is different too. So like I said, you asked me what kind. I use different kinds, and I also tried this year. I'm also using, what do you use to amend the soil? It depends again on it, and then the containers are, you'll see. I have different things that I'm putting in, like bone meal I can use. That's what I am using. I'm using fish bone meal. There's some kind of calcium nitrate I've been using, what's the other thing? I have to think about all the stuff, but it depends on the thing. These are all experiments, and then I'm going to continue doing it. If I know they work good, then I'll keep doing it. So you're amending in container gardening, you're amending the container as you do it, and then you put your plants in or grow it directly in the planter, and then you add the organic fertilizer that I found. Now, it's hard to find, so I have to find something else. Plus, I was also experimenting with, you're very welcome. Plus, I'm also experimenting with teas. We're talking about composting teas. I actually did. I have a container, and I was feeding all my flowers and everything. That won't hurt anything. If you use a good compost and add it to water, which that becomes a tea, okay? So you take a container, you fill the water up. I'm using an old cooler that I had because I don't have anything else to use. So I used an old cooler. I filled it up with water. I let it sit for 24 hours and get all the chlorine and fluoride out of that. Especially chlorine evaporates, it leaves the water. Then you add some good composting to it. Stir that up and keep stirring. And I don't have a machine. There's machines that they actually do that add oxygen to it and stir the whole container up. But I just stir it every so often for the next 48 hours. Keep stirring it. And then you take a pail, and not a pail, but a watering thing it has to have a big hole because you're going to get the compost stuck in your little watering pail. So, and then you water all your plants from flowers to vegetables with this. I watered every single thing with this tea. I was experimenting to see if that would help. And it surely doesn't hurt the stuff that I'm growing. Okay, so, there you go. And this is my back part of my yard behind the fence. And this is my second year growing a gourd. This is a different kind of gourd, and this is pictures of my butterfly garden. You can see the butterfly garden goes all the way up there. Plus, I'm growing stuff here. I have strawberries, and I already pulled my garlic, and I'm experimenting. I got some another gourd going in here, and I think I got spaghetti squash. growing in there, and that's rhubarb back there. And I have my spinach, the one I just showed you, strawberry spinach over there. I have a combination of flowers and combination of, I'm always, honestly, experimenting in the containers, in the ground, what grows better, where it grows. This area right here, it sounds very funny, but the opposite side, I have to water all the time. This side, I was noticing last year that I was watering it too much, and it was starting to form mold, not mold, but the green algae or whatever. And I went, okay, that tells me that's watered too much. So now I water the other one all the time. This one I water occasionally when I see it needs it. And otherwise, everything growing here is doing much better this year because I'm not watering half as much. The drainage must not be that good on here. And anyways, you can see that they're happy. My gourds are doing pretty good. They're up the trellis that we built last year for it. And there you go. That's the butterfly. A little close-up of recycling things. It's a really long. I can't get one picture where you actually see it because it's so long that it's too long to take a picture. But you can see that's the butterfly area I've been working on. There's a little bit of a close-up of my plants and everything. So, and this was my fun thing. I actually recycle a lot for my garden, for especially this butterfly one. So that is a half pail of a dryer that the bigger half was used as a fire pit. This top half, I painted it blue, and in the center was, that was used for a cement pole years ago that my husband dumped back here. And I went, well, what am I going to do with that? Hi, Dwayne. So I took it, painted the cement pole green, and I just put $1 from the dollar store, like that little lily flower on it. Put some soil in there, and those are my marigolds that I grew from seed outdoors. So I put them outdoors, and I transferred them to over here. And, obviously going to take a while to grow, but marigolds grow pretty fast. So, and then those are the day lilies that were given to me in the back of that. So it's all kinds of perennials I'm trying to grow with bulbs that come back, all kinds of stuff. Oh, cool. You went to the community garden and it looks good. That's good. Yeah. My daughter doesn't live there anymore, but it was fun going there. And I like community gardens. I think they're a great thing. Oh, wait a minute. Where'd it go? Okay, there's my Dahlia. That's the yellow one. And as you can see, right beside the yellow Dahlia, I have a maple tree. I found a baby one and I couldn't kill it off, so I put it in a pot. And so that is doubled in size, that little maple tree. I mean, I don't want it. I'm probably going to give it away to somebody if anybody wants a maple tree when it gets big enough, because I don't want a maple tree. But there it is, a maple tree beside it. And that was, Misha's not here because she left, but that's nasturtiums. They need a soft area to grow, because I'm showing you this one's struggling because this soil's kind of a rough soil. But if I show you other areas, that's my kiwi, strawberry. I have stuff in the planter. That's what my marigolds look like from seed. Looks like a Manitoba maple tree, does it? This is that's my baby marigolds. This one I grew indoors. I started indoors and I put it outside. So it's bigger than the other ones that I started outside. And that, believe it or not, around it is forget-me-nots. Now, I didn't realize forget-me-nots had such big leaves first, but that's what they are. So they got that planter is all from seed I grew. I grew the forget-me-nots. I'm growing a lot of flowers from seed. I kind of like it. That is a butterfly plant. I have 3 of them. So that's really close up. I thought it was a bad picture too, actually. And then there for Misha, but she's gone. They're really cute. You can't see them, but I put the ones that are out there. I did a video. It's not done yet, of how to grow nasturtiums. But I wanted to see if I could grow them in season for next year in the ground, and it worked that too for me. They're little baby ones right now. You can't see them that good, but that's what I was showing. So these are all the newest pictures. Now these are the oldest ones that I'm showing. That's the original butterfly garden, and you can see how long I grew it. So That's the berries. Before I showed you the ripe ones. That is the one. Oh, that's okay. Isn't that beautiful one? When I bought them, they were really big because I think they pumped them up with a lot of fertilizer. But that is the red dahlias. I love it. That's the red one. Then I showed earlier that. Oh, that. By the way, Will, this thing is doing so good. This is my sensitivity plant. This is done a while ago. This picture, and I've showed you guys all along, but it's doing better and it's absolutely loving in the garage. It's so funny watching it because it's enjoying the breeze outside. So this thing's it just loves it outside. Mimosa plant. So I'm doing a video on it. I have 3 baby sensitivity plants growing right now, and they're in the garage right now because of the gnats. But I am going to do a video on this because I know people struggled with doing this. So in the beginning, it's not too bad, but in the end, I'm doing a video on it, how to grow it, because it's not a high germinating seed. It's very hard. I had said that when I grew it, that it was hard to grow. This next batch, I actually got 3 babies, and hopefully I'll get them growing good. And then when it gets to this part, they dry out really fast. Try not to water from the top. You got to water from the base. And I'm going to say all that in a video, that you'll see my plant, how it looks. And I want to take a picture when it's in the garage because, oh my goodness, it's so happy in the garage. I'm telling you, it's like expanding with the breeze. It absolutely loves it. Loves the garage. It won't like the cold weather though, because this is a high weather plant. That's why it's indoors. But as long as it's, I love the Christmas. That's the white one. I have the other 2. I didn't take a picture. They're in the garage right now, but they almost died. The pink one, due to gnats and all that stuff, they almost died. My white one and my red one. Red and pink. And so I have them, and I figured out how to do that too. So they're coming back to life. But this was a learning experience. I'm going, they're not that easy, that's hard to grow. And then when I started growing the newer ones, I had such a hard time with them. And now I figured out kind of how to fix this. When you're taking a new piece and starting it from the beginning, it works differently than, right now I barely have to water this. I just water it from the ground and it pops flowers and it's happy. But in the beginning, you got to go the opposite way. You have to put a lot of water, put them in fresh, soft, wet dirt to start them out. And then gradually, as they root into the dirt, then you're going to take away the water. It's just a trick that I learned. And there's my yellow dahlia. Oh, I just love these plants. And there's these are all the old ones you guys saw. For my, I wanted to say hibiscus. I grew hibiscus last year. This isn't hibiscus. Hydrangea. There's the peach tree. That's a close-up, and then I took one, like I said, a couple days ago. I like this one, too. I'm trying to see if I can get the seeds on it. It's a very unusual color of a daisy. I love this one. And I showed you that roses, and I will be bringing back pictures. I'm trying to get the seeds from this one. It's not as easy as I thought. That's the English daisy. You guys have seen a lot of that. That's my gourds this year. And by next year, you will see a whole different type of gourd, because those are growing, too. Eating up all the lettuce. The bags, these ones are not working as nice as I want them to. They look nice here, but right as of today, because of the rain, the leaves are a lot yellow. So it's got they're holding too much moisture in these bags that I'm not totally impressed with them yet. Oh, I bet you they'd be doing wonderful. Yeah, oh yeah? That sounds great. These are bigger now. These are all the plants, and I added more plants to containers. Because I'm fooling around with different things, but they're bigger. This is the first set I show. See, that's the first set I show tomatoes, and then I come back and I show you how bigger they are in the next batch. That's the same section. It looks pretty close to the same, except the flowers are blooming. Oh, my begonia's looking really pretty. This is a self-watering pail to put begonia in, and it's doing the best. I've had other plants in this container, and this begonia is doing the best in this particular container. There they are again. There, see, that's where before the lavender bloomed. That's what that looked like, that area. There's another hydrangea. I have 3 hydrangeas. I am trying to propagate hydrangeas too. That's my seeds. I'm trying to collect seeds. That's the, I just show you the gourd when it's bigger, but that's the gourd, what I say 2 weeks ago or whatever. So this is a pot. I don't think I retook the pot again, but this is what I got. Roses, portulacas in here, creeping Jenny, forget-me-nots. There's a combination of stuff in here that's just still too soon when I took that. There's that flower garden. There's the big picture of what the close-up I took up of the. Hello, Aaron's. Hello. How are you? How are you doing? Wait, this one. All right, let's see. Okay, so I'm just trying to show these are. Show the updates. Okay, that's the butterfly garden. These are better pictures than the ones I just took, because at least you can see how it looks. When I extended this one, it's 9 feet longer, this area. I'm doing fantastic. We're just talking about the garden. There's the zucchini, okay? That's 2 weeks ago. I'm showing you the comparison. That's 2 weeks ago. That's my zinnias where I'm planting them all over in the ground. And I experiment with everything I do in the in the garden. Constantly telling you that. I'm not even telling you all this stuff I'm doing, because I constantly check on how things grow, where to find seeds, all kinds of stuff. Constantly. That's just what I do every day. And this was an experiment for me this is zinnias. And as you can see, it said May 26th. That I put them in there. These are done at least 2 weeks ago. They're a little taller. I grew them one section, and then I'm going to move them around my garden. So this worked good. It was just an experiment to see, could I take the seeds, put them in a certain area, put some dirt, mulch, and then take them and I'll move them around wherever I want to move them around. That's what I say. I had to stake them because the animals like to eat them when they're little like that. So I'm staking them. Okay, impatiens, portulacas. This is done. I did the video. I have a video how to grow these, and I've eaten them and I've frozen them, and this is done. This is one, and I have something else growing in here. So as soon as something gets out, I'm trying to put something in as long as I got time for it to grow. So that got moved out. I have some kind of squash where this area is now. Consecutive gardening, that's what I'm doing. I have to say, I'm always very You're funny. All right, this is a type of oriental grass. I just thought I thought it was cool. I mean, it's not doing much. It's a little bit bigger than this, but hey, I find new plants and try them out. Oh, those are all my herbs that are perennials that came back. Thyme. Now they're reseeding already. You have hollyhock, thyme, oregano in there, and to the left, what's seeding is Brussels sprouts. And this area is all my asparagus. But on the bottom, I was seeding, and now I got marigolds on the bottom. Yeah, absolutely, Aaron. Absolutely, 100%. I agree with you. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm very experimental for sure. The Hostas does great wherever. These are. I have 2 spots where I have asparagus growing, and a seed came up here. You'll see it in this section right here. A volunteer seed came up, and I haven't figured out what kind of squash it is yet, but it's going to come up in the newer pictures. These are my old ones. There's a milkweed, which I thought was a perennial, which kind of sucked when I found it died out. So I have to figure out, I'm going to be looking for perennial milkweeds. Because if you know me, there it is. No, that's rhubarb. If you know me, you know that I'm all about raising monarch butterflies. It's going to be 4 years now. I haven't seen any eggs. I've been looking for them. Haven't seen them yet. Okay, and then those experiments, again, peanuts, that's lavender, and that is dahlias, all propagating stuff. Thank you, I owe the peanut plants to the squirrels because they like digging in my garden and bearing peanuts. Oh, yeah, I hope so too. Well, we'll find out. I don't know how it's going to go. I have no idea. Okay, I showed the berries earlier. But I'm just saying I just took these 2 days ago. Those are 2 weeks ago, roughly, and this is 2 days. These ones are all since 2 days ago. I took these newer pictures. So, and there, see, I showed you a picture of the lavender. That's what it looks like now. So I showed the picture 2 weeks ago what the lavender looks like in that section. And now everything's coming up really nicely, and the moss is coming up. I love the moss. It's got white little flowers that grow throughout the moss. There's the peach tree, and it's bigger and better, and no leaf curl right now as of yet. But that's going to get sprayed in the fall. And I'll see. Hopefully I won't have leaf curl in next spring. That I'll know I did a good job. If I have no leaf curl next, then I figured out the issue and fixed it. And there's another Dahlia. I'm repeating myself. This is a plant that was an annual I grew in Cleo. So that's what a Cleo looks like. That's an annual plant. I grew it indoors to see. It was too late to put out. I'm repeating it again, but people are new coming in, so I put it here, and that annual is outside. So I've had it since I started. I did a video, I think, whatever, in the wintertime I did it, and then came out and wanted to see if I could save it, put it outside, and there it is. Annuals are amazing. There's a little thing I took, so I propagated a piece of blueberry bush. That's another one. These things excite me there. This is, hey Mike, how's it going? Have you been there long, or you just came in? This excites me. This is a piece of blueberry that was kind of on the side, and I said, I think this is a blueberry, and I kind of snapped it off the mother plant. And sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to look and observe. Like I said, that was a baby one, and I knew I was going to pull it off. I could see it left a mark in the main plant, but it had its own roots. So I'm happy to say I added another blueberry plant, which that's exciting for me. Oh, we just got here. Well, hi. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for joining me. It's all good. There's the blueberries. So that one of these blueberry plants, I have 3 kinds. I have 3 different kinds of blueberries, and that's what they look like now. Oh, it's super hot to work outside. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I found that it's going to be raining. It rained and stormed crazy yesterday, and it's not right now, so I might go out for a little while. I got some things to do. I'm really working on all the knot situation. That's one of my main goals, honestly, is the plants are all in the garage. I'm trying to shampoo them with this solution. I'm seeing what I can do before I bring them in the house, and that's a big problem outside because it's raining. It's going to rain for the next 3 days too. But I check the plants, and I come in and I do all kinds of stuff indoors, and especially for the last 2 days, all the plants have been in the garage. I've been keeping an eye on them. You too, Will. Thank you. It's all good. Thanks for coming. There's the 4 o'clocks I was talking about. These are a really easy plant to grow if you've never grown them, and they produce tons of seeds. Oh my God, tons and tons of seeds. So that's all on the ground. They fell out of my pot last year, this pot, and they're all on the ground. Right there you can see them. So I'm going to move them somewhere else. But if you like 4 o'clocks, they're an amazing plant. Amazing. And there's the garden. So I showed the earlier picture, which was 2 weeks ago, and this is how it's looking now. And there's a potato thing. That was Aaron. This is a one that I experimented. I have how to do a potato garden, which I wanted to do with hay, and learnt my lesson. I'm not done with hay yet, but I pulled it all out, and then I put potatoes in here. And there's potatoes, and there's garlic. And this garden's going to be amended. I don't think I'll use hay again. I didn't enjoy what happened here, but this is going to get amended for potatoes, and I'm going to grow potatoes, sweet potatoes, in this bin next year. I'm going to add sweet potatoes in it too, because sweet potatoes will be fine with potatoes. So that's what it's going to be totally different next year. And that's, I showed earlier what the yellow zucchini look like, and now that's what it looks as of 2 days ago, my zucchini, the yellow one. And that's the volunteer. That's where the asparagus was. We don't know what that is. I don't know if it's patty pan or what it is yet. I don't know what this, I just showed you the asparagus and then the patch, and then this seed was in there, and then I let it grow for a volunteer plant, and I have no idea what this is yet. I believe it's some kind of squash, I felt it was patty pan because they were all over the place. I had tons of patty pan squash last year. That was a new thing I have never grown before, was patty pan. So every year I try something new. And patty pan was it. I had so much patty pan that I gave it away, and I just didn't want to grow it this year because I did a video on it. Had too much. But I could end up with patty pan. This might be one of the plants. So one is good enough, but I had tons of patty pan last year. Tons. Oh, wow. The deer and doves ate all my garden. Oh, my God. I only have potatoes and sunflowers. Wow. Oh, wow. I'm lucky, I guess. I don't know. Crossing my fingers that the deer hasn't come up too much to bug me. And believe me, they go up that way past, so I'm kind of happy. My stuff's not destroyed. If anything, right there's another one. That was aphids ate that last year. I couldn't have any beans growing. And now I'm showing you proof that I have beans actually growing. And I'm going to be careful, but I sprayed it with neem oil once. And yeah. Yeah, oh, pumpkins will do that. I think it's too much pumpkin. I made a mistake by planting 3 pumpkin seeds in shady part of my garden. It's been a month and they have taken over like weeds. Yeah, that's why I have a hard time. Pumpkin is only because I did a video. If I grow something like that, I'll do one video and then I won't do it anymore. Pumpkins will take over the whole spot. But you know what's fun? I'm trying to work with vertically growing. Aaron, that's what you should do. You should try to experiment with vertical growing, and it won't take up all your plants. If you can get them vertically growing up, it will not take over your whole garden. And I'm attempting to do that too. See right there? That's right there. That's all butternut squash in there, and that is Amish melon. And I'm going to do better than this, but I want to get some gates, and I'm going to make this be a part where it's going to vertically grow the melons up the side. That's what I want. So all I did was a temporary thing, but I'm taking the melons off, the Amish melons, and they're going to grow vertically up. And you can do that with pretty well all kinds of plants. You can, if you train them, you can grow a lot of the stuff that we always grow on the ground, and get them off because it'd be less. The bugs won't get to them. It's way better growing things vertically, as far as I'm concerned. And so I will be working more with vertically growing for sure, because I don't have a big spot. I don't have lots of sections. So certain things are I'm going to make them beds, and I'm going to put some wiring and stuff and make them grow vertically. And I think that's going to work much better for me. And you'll have more stuff because the bugs won't get to it. And if vertically, I don't know if the animals will touch it. I don't know. That's an experiment, but that's what I'm working with. There's a tomato in the background. I just wanted to show you I do have tomatoes in there too. You could pumpkins might be hard, but you can grow vertically all kinds of stuff, Aaron. Pumpkins could be a little hard. You might have to have some supports. You have to kind of force them up. Pumpkins are heavy, so I think you could try. You need to have it strong, but I can tell you can grow squash, cucumbers, anything that are viney, normally you can grow vertically. Now, I haven't seen a lot of pumpkin because pumpkins probably, I think you could do it, but you need to have something where the structure is going to hold the weight of it, because when it starts to grow, pumpkins are very heavy. So you have to think that. I think you could do it, but I think you need a strong support to grow a pumpkin vertically. But I have grown cucumbers. Well, everybody started to do that now. It's been done for years, growing cucumbers vertically. I've seen spaghetti squash grown vertically. All of it can grow, as long as you have, like I said, the right support, you can grow things vertically. Yeah. So you have to try. Again, this is experiments that I'm telling you I like doing, so. But I know you can grow, like I said, pumpkins, I don't want to they take over, but if you could figure out a way to, okay, and another thing I've seen too, that when you grow something heavy, sometimes they put it in stockings to protect the fruit from animals. And the weight, they put it into a nylon stocking, and then you tie it into the side of your support, and it'll help hold the weight so it doesn't drag down the plant. Like, it's all in how you support it. And I'm pretty sure you probably could do pumpkin too. I've never done it actually, but I've done other things. That is the thing that is kind of a curious thing. It's called a spinach strawberry plant. Yeah, absolutely. See, and I'm working with container gardening too. Yeah, metal fence panels or hog panels to grow vertically. Yeah, absolutely, Mike. That's exactly what I want to work with too. But my area is not all mine, so I have to be careful. They have to be. If I put something in vertically, I have to know that it's movable. And but yes, the stuff you're talking about, Mike, is absolutely 100% good stuff for it. Yeah, and that's another thing, Aaron. I don't know. You said the cucumbers. I'm growing a white cucumber. So I like trying all kinds of stuff. See, this is another one. These are right here. This one here is something new, and apparently it's an edible plant. So that the leaves are like similar to whatever spinach or something. So the leaves are edible, and then they grow these white berries on top. And I'm gonna have that. I can have that, and then this is another one right here. It's called the Chinese wool or celosia, and that's all edible. The leaves are, again, spinach kind of tasting. I don't think so. I tried it. But anyways, that's beside the point. And the flowers are all edible. That whole plant is. So these two plants are, that's what they look like in my garden. And that's the picture of what they're supposed to look like. So I don't know if the leaves kind of, see, my leaves are those look really dark in that picture. So there is milkweed, and those are spoon tomatoes doing really well. But in the containers they're doing really good too, like better. Milkweed. There it is. That's my gourd growing up the trellis. So I showed a picture earlier of how small they were. That was 2 weeks ago, and this is 2 days ago, and so that's all growing up the trellis nice. Okay, that's all the butterfly area. Again, not good pictures, but it's hard to take them all in. It really is. To take a picture how long it is and do it. See, nasturtium I took this picture because I want to show you the soil's really bad where I grew this, but I put it in another spot too. And it's doing much better in the other spot. All depends. This thing is a plant that needs nice soft soil, and this soil is really, I have to mend it in my container. I have like a raised bed that's 2.5 feet wide and about 20 feet long, and we have to fix it. So I didn't put too much in it because it's bellowing at the center of it. So we have to take some reinforcements and bring it in, and we're going to do that in the fall. And then I'm going to amend this soil to be very soft because a lot of things struggle in this because it's so tough dirt. I barely can dig into it. So I imagine what a plant feels like trying to grow in it. All right, so I keep showing the kiwi, but I can't wait to see that one. I'm going to take pictures of it when the kiwi actually grows. Oh, that's all right. Welcome, Boxy. Anyways, got to get going. Got to do some lawn maintenance. You're always welcome, Aaron. Thank you so much. Anytime I'm live streaming, come on in. Do what you got to do. I get it. I got to go outside in a while, too. But it's raining. Well, it's not raining quite yet. I get it. But my maintenance today is my gnat issue. That's what I'm really 100% working on. I got to spray the rest of my plants down. And Boxy, that's okay. Everybody's always welcome back if it's been a while. Wow, cool. We got shelves, a microwave, bar stool. That's great. Yeah, they like moist soil for sure, Mike. Moist, not just moist, but soft. Like meaning when you dig in, like my tomato plant is garden since we have amended it is, oh my God, it's so nice. I just take my fork, like not my fork, but my shovel to dig in, and I just lightly dig in, and I can put my tomatoes down, and it's amazing. That's how I got to amend all of them, because I can grow things, and it's so easy to grow in that garden. I am so happy. So I have to do that for the rest of all the area where I just have to dig, like the soil is so amended that it's nice and soft. Oh, cool. And fresh produce, greens, beans. Oh, that's great. So you did really well, didn't you? Really well. There is the plant. Oh, I took it. Look at that. No wonder why I took it too. What a terrible picture this is, though. You can see that was a bee. The bee was enjoying being on the flower. Sorry, the butterfly bush. That bee was so enjoying it, and it was buzzing. I'm really happy, and I tried to take a picture to show you guys. It was the reason I took it was because of the bee, and it's so blurry. It's a terrible picture. I don't know. And there, Miesh, you should see how cute these are. I took this, and I should have took it again. I have little baby nasturtiums going in. They're so cute. They're like a bunch of little babies that are there. You can't see it good. I'm going to take some more pictures later in the season and bring them back up because they're so freaking cute. So cute, the tiny little nasturtiums. So cute. Oh, this has been a blast. Yeah, they're, like I said to you before, I'm just experimenting if I can take them from the seeds and put them in the ground and they'll be old enough. Well, that's good. I have started my garden all by seeds this year from last year's harvest. A little late starting, but everything about my peppers are growing. Peppers are funny anyways. They need warm weather to grow. To start a pepper, they do. If you don't get hot weather, they're not going to like it. That's what I'd say about that. If you don't get hot weather, they're not going to like it at all. So this, I'll have to come back on another live stream and update everything and do some more chatting and see what you guys are doing out in the garden. Mike says he had issues with his garden. Everything but potatoes, everything's got eaten. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good this year. Last year, everything was eating my strawberries, and because I came up with, we came up with picking them early, I have not lost strawberries too much, so now I have a bunch of strawberries. I have the thornberries growing. I lost all the flowers, though. The kiwi, I should have had lots of them, and I see just little. And you saw the blueberries, so I am getting blueberries too. But the thing is, I picked them ahead before the animals get them, and it seems like I've saved it. Last year, I didn't have as many blueberries, but the animals were eating what little blueberries I had. This year and last year, the strawberries were the same. The animals got to them, but this year, I'm picking them just before they turn red, and I've saved tons of them. So I'm happy about that. That's my little trick there, and passing it on, that it will continue to turn color and ripen if you put it inside. That's true though. He is doing that, isn't he? He's bringing the deer to his backyard, so that's true. I don't think he cares if he has a garden this year, though. I wonder. Mike, do you really care if you have a garden? Because this year you didn't sound like you cared. Hey! Wow. So she said, hi, Lace. Hey, everyone. 7 dogs, 91 degrees, Monday in Seattle. Help me. 7 dogs. But, okay, the 7 dogs you can handle, but the 91, 106, ugh. Now, the 106 degree weather, oh, good luck, Lisa. That's, stay in air conditioning. You're going to have to stay in the house with the dogs. That's too hot out there. Yucky. It's too hot. Too hot. So, what is your best thing, Boxy, that you're growing? What you said you grew everything by seeds. What'd you say? I started my garden by seeds this year from the last year harvest. A little late starting, but everything but my peppers are growing. So what is your best thing that you're growing right now in your garden, Boxy? What do you got growing? The best thing you got growing?
Did you know that you can make money with Amazon without...
Stop! Shush! I was trying to find something and I opened up it. Ooh. Your summer squash is... What's summer squash like? I never grew... What is considered summer squash? Let me see. I want a picture of the summer squash. What do I have seeds that were given to me, summer squash, but I never grew them. I might have to do them next year. I tried switching up squashes every year too. Let's see. Oh, is that summer squash is the yellow one? Oh, they put when you put summer squash, they show summer squash is listed as all kinds of squash: the yellow squash, the gray squash, toddy pan squash. That's what's. I thought there was a summer squash, and when I bring it up, there's nothing that says summer squash. Just all of them are summer squash. I thought it was a specific one. Oh, okay. So I call the yellow zucchini so you call the yellow zucchini summer squash because I thought there was somebody sent me seeds and they called it summer squash, and I went, well, I thought it was a specific seed, but I guess not. Lisa says I love squash. What kind of squash do you like? All kinds of squash. There's yellow squash, green squash, gray squash. Oh my God, there's tons. I have the gray. I believe I have the gray and the yellow. I just got to remember the gray I was working on, and I have definitely yellow. But there's gray, green, yellow, and then there's patty pan squash, and there's pepper squash, and the list goes on and on and on how many squashes you can have. All right. See you later, Mike. Have a good one. It's all good. Take care. Say hi to your sister for us. I'll speak to you soon. Woo. That's why I grew it too. Would you say the yellow? I've never had the yellow squash. Honestly, I grew it because I saw a recipe I wanted to do, and it looked really pretty. They took a yellow squash and a green squash, and they did other things to it and put a vinaigrette to it, and it looked like so delicious. This squash, like the squash salad. That's why I grew yellow squash. I can't wait to have a nice salad with it. Do you ever freeze squash? I thought if you freeze squash, I thought it goes soggy. I've never frozen squash before. I wonder, can you freeze squash and wouldn't it become soggy? I think they do it though. You never heard of gray? Here, let me show you. This is the one I got from Baker's Creek. It's actually a gray squash. These are the seeds from them. I'll show you. I don't know. Maybe they don't call it gray, but it's a gray. All right. Gray squash. Yeah, it's a lighter gray, and it's called zucchini gray squash. And I got these seeds from Baker's Creek, actually. Let me save a picture, and I'll show you. Because the normal one is a deeper green, and this is got lighter green, but they call it gray. Yeah, I thought it would get too soggy, but that's why I was afraid of growing too much, and I started giving it away because it's not something you can freeze. I don't think it goes too soggy. That's what I found. I think I froze it before, and I didn't really like it. Anyways, I'm going to bring up this is a gray zucchini from Baker's Creek. I'm growing. Squashicle. Let me see. I'm going to grab a picture of it in a minute. Oh, that's wrong. Let's see where it is. There it is. This is the ones I got. These are the ones that I was growing. I got from Baker's Creek, and they look like this, and they're called gray zucchini right here. See, they're lighter green, so that they don't look gray, but that they're called gray. I think there must be a tinge of gray in the color of it, like in a little bit of gray but green. Anyways, that's the gray zucchini. Yeah, they don't look gray, no. Oh, okay, they like speckled, but they don't look gray. No, they're not gray in color, but they're called gray zucchini. So I know, literally, you're taking it like, I've never seen a gray zucchini, I gotcha. But, No, they're not like the deep green. So, matter of fact, I'll put up pictures of this is the one. Let's see if I can find something else. Here they go. This is like 3 different colors. They got them right here. That's would probably be the gray one they got in here. It doesn't say that, but I'm going to show you what they got. 3 different colors of zucchini in this picture, which I think is cool. Let's see. Right here. They got the yellow, the dark green, and I think this would be considered the gray in this picture right here. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you make zucchini boats. That sounds interesting. How do you make a zucchini boat? You like open it up and stuff the zucchini? Ooh, that sounds delicious actually. I might have to do that. Like put tomatoes and stuff in there. How do you make it? Let me see if they have a recipe here for zucchini boats. Let's see. Zucchini. Oh, no. I got the wrong one. Stuffed. That's not it. Let's go. I'm going to try. I might make this actually. Let's see. Zucchini boat recipe. That's what I'm looking for. Ooh, they look very good. Let's see what they put in this one. This is a 5-star rating. All right. Oh my God, they look good. All right. Stuffed zucchini boats is a classic dish that never goes out of style. It's especially good choice. Okay, let me keep going. Looks like this zucchini will allow a simple meat sauce made with Italian sausage, marinade sauce, garlic, and onions. The sauce gets piled into. Oh my God, I think I'm having this when they grow in. I gotta have it. Oh my gosh, this looks like heaven. It says make a filling with 1 ground beef, 16-ounce tomato sauce, diced green chilies, 3/4 cup black beans, 1 cup corn, then top with cheddar cheese and bake. And then you can make the filling for my chicken lettuce. Oh my God, you could actually do it. Oh my God, that is so good. I can't wait to try this. I'm excited about it. Oh my God, slice it alongside. My wife then uses mild sausage, sweet peppers mixed in buffalo sauce and mozzarella. Oh, I bet. Oh my God, Boxy, I have a craving for that now. I think I'm gonna love that. Ooh, yes. I am gonna do a zucchini boat, stuffed zucchini boat. Can't wait. I'll have to experiment. I like to experiment cooking too. But that sounds yummy. Using a nice sausage base. It has to be meat. But if I put meat and a sauce and the peppers, and I'd probably put mushrooms in it too. Like I'd probably put sausage. You could do everything. You could actually really make it meaty. You could do sausage and hamburger, but anyway, sausage and peppers and mushrooms, I guess, right? You can do all that stuff together like a sauce and make it as a sauce and then bake it with mozzarella on top of it. Oh, I can't wait. I'm getting hungry just the thought of that. Oh my God. I'm going to switch my thumbnail back because it's getting kind of late, but oh my goodness. Yum. Sounds like heaven. Because I really didn't do too much zucchini cooking. I really haven't. Yeah, you can do it with rice too. That would be good. Actually, the rice would add a nice amount of it too. The rice would be good because it would have everything in it. Yeah. Miesh, you go for it. Sounds like heaven. I can't wait to do them too. I'll do it at a later date when they grow in, but I'm definitely going to try them. Yeah. I know what you're going to do with your next zucchini. Oh, I am. Boxy, I have no doubt that I will be trying these. I'll get back to you on a live stream. If you come back and visit while you're here, I'll tell you I made them. When I make them. Like if you come visit and you happen to be here and I have made them, I'll go and tell you. Or you can ask me, did you make the zucchinis boats? And I'll tell you whether I made them yet or not. Because obviously they're not ready, but I think my family would love these because zucchini don't have a strong taste. But if you add, you can have a whole meal with them. I think they would enjoy them that way. I'm going to do them for sure. I'll stuff them all full and then we can have one or two of them. And that'd be make a nice, really healthy dinner. I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait. And I like the rice idea too. I'd have your pre-cooked rice and throw a little bit in the sauce. Like get all your stuff cooked up and throw together. Onions and everything, garlic probably. I'll probably put onions, garlic. I can see that, frying that up with the sausage. I had a pre-cooked rice would go in last, but I'll put tomato sauce and peppers and not cucumbers, but mushrooms, and then throw in a little bit of rice and then throw that on top and then put the cheese. Oh boy, I'm getting hungry. I didn't eat today. It's late. It's 1 o'clock and I haven't had anything to eat. So thanks a lot, Boxer. You made me really hungry. You made me really hungry that I'm all set to want to have some. Yum. That's what I want to say. Yummy. Can't wait to try it. So I'm probably going to hang in here for a little bit, but... Oh, cauliflower rice? What is that? We use the what is it's made out of cauliflower? How do you make cauliflower rice? That sounds interesting too. Let me see. I'm getting hungry. Everything's sounding good to me. I know I'm getting hungry now because, okay, what is cauliflower? I know it's obviously rice. Cauliflower rice. Let's see what that looks like. Cauliflower rice recipe. How do you make cauliflower rice? How to make cauliflower rice. Look at that. Isn't that funny? How do you make cauliflower rice? This sounds yummy too. Ooh. Okay. Just trying to see this recipe, what it's telling me. It shows you how to make it. Whoa. All right, so you take cauliflower. I think I'm going to like this. How do they do it? I'm trying to see how they make it. Oh, okay. You can use a box grater with a medium-sized hole. Use for cheese or a food processor with the garlic shredded. With both techniques, you're aiming for little pieces size of rice. Once additional step, I like to press any excess moisture from the rice by transferring the cauliflower rice to a large paper towel or absorbed dish towel and squeeze and press to remove any remaining. This ensures no excess moisture remains, which can make your dish soggy. So they're basically grinding cauliflower when it's raw, squishing out the water. Oh, that is heaven too. Yeah, you buy it. We use the cauliflower rice. We buy it, but you can actually make it. We use cauliflower rice. That sounds good too. I never heard of cauliflower rice to buy, but so I imagine. Can you do this? I wonder if you could actually grind it, and then squish it out with the paper towels, and actually let it dry out. And would that be considered cauliflower rice? Because I'm always getting cauliflower and wasting it all, and I'm wondering if you could actually take cauliflower, do what you said, and then let it dry out, and then this could last for a lot longer time to use it. I'm gonna have to. There's another experiment. Yep, sounds like an experiment to me. So take it, grind it up, squish the water out, and let it dry on the counter and let it dry. Unless you need a dehydrator. Maybe you need a dehydrator to do that, to make the rice. I don't know. Sounds like cool anyways. Sounds like a very cool thing to have to eat. Like I said, I'm getting hungry. Yeah, you can freeze it for sure, yeah. but I wondered if you could actually take it and dry it out, and like a rice, like, and use it so that it would last forever. Because when you dry things out, they have a really long shelf life. You put it in the freezer, the shelf life isn't. It'll get freezer burn, and it tastes like crap if you keep it in the freezer too long. So, but nonetheless, you have made my day, Boxy. I actually, you know what I think I'm gonna have? I feel like having something with eggs today. I might just have a fried egg or something. I'm getting hungry and I want to whip up something easy. So I kind of like, sometimes when I'm hungry like that, I just take a fried egg, put some cheese on it, on toast, and that makes my day. And that's what I feel like having before I set off to do my, it's already 1 o'clock, but I got to get my butt going to spray my rest of my plants. To spray them off, and yeah. Because you weren't here, but I'm working on fungus gnats to deal with them. Yeah, I love it. I would love when my granny would make me an egg sandwich with salt and on the white bread. Yeah, oh, I'm in the mood for a fried egg. I think that's what I'm going to have when I get off of here. But have you dealt a lot with fungus gnats, Boxy? That's my big thing right now lately. I pulled out all my plants out of my house. I'm coming up. I follow lots of channels that give all these advice, and none of it worked. For the last 2 years, I've been dealing with fungus gnats, and I really have a massive invasion that was. So I took all the plants outside. Right now, I'm working with spraying them with something before I bring them back into my house. And I have worked with tons of stuff that I actually want to do a video on. All the stuff that didn't work, because really I've not found anything that worked 100% to kill them. Fungus gnats are nasty when you get in a house, and the invasion happens really fast, and it's so bad that you know they're going up your nose and your mouth, and it's something that I prefer not to deal with again. And so I'm going to have to find a solution for this. But a lot of the bigger channels tell you to do this. Oh, I've cleaned, this works 100%, and this did this, and it's full of crap because I've used tons of this stuff, and none of it worked. So I am definitely working on finding the true. I don't lie here. I tell it like it is. If it's going to work for me, and if it's working, I'll tell you. I'll give you one of the things that I've tried recently. And I did it with 2 different things. If you go to channels, they're going to tell you that if you use, they swear by peroxide, and they give you a formula. I have done 2 different formulas with peroxide, where you take peroxide. The last one I did was a 1/4 cup peroxide with 3/4 cup water. You mix it, and then you spray the plant, and especially the topsoil where the gnats are, the fungus gnats, about a 1/4 inch at the top. By the way, that didn't work. And I did it 2 different methods of draining. You kind of saturate the whole thing with this peroxide. Hi, Bill. How's it going, honey? You saturate your plant base with this peroxide. 2 different amounts I tried, and guess what? I ended up, the larva's still alive, and there's still gnats in it. So that freaking didn't work. I was very disappointed with this. I bought stuff. I bought sulfur powder, and it said if you use sulfur powder on it, that would work with your gnats. Well, that killed my plants. So I have a lot to tell you what does not work on fungus gnats, and to prevent using them, or you're going to lose a lot of plants. Doesn't work. I've tried tons. So I'm going to put like a kind of a thing together to show you all the things I've tried and it doesn't work, and things that possibly work a little bit. There's things out there that I've tried that work, but they're not getting to the root of it. They're not killing it off 100%. This last thing I'm doing right now, I have took every single plant out of my house, and I'm doing a combination of tea tree oil, mint oil, peppermint oil, alcohol, and peroxide, and I have sprayed and literally washed all my plants down. Yeah, the larva is like a worm. They eat the larva. Yeah, but that's a worm they eat. So it's no, I don't know if it works. Shermatoid works, but that's a worm. They eat the larva. Yeah, so now you're gonna introduce a worm back. I don't want that in my house. Yeah, but I don't want, now I'm going to put another bug in my house. I want to do it without having, there's certain species you can put back in your house, but I don't want living worms in my house to kill off that So that one's not something I'm willing to risk to try. Not at all. Not for the, so it goes, now you put another bug in your house. No. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to try something that's going to work 100% or at least 95% effective. But I'm noticing that you have to do a combination of different things, so that's what I'm going to say. How's your plants doing, Bill? And by the way, those of you who don't know Newfound Drone Production, his name is Bill. So I've known Bill for a while. I'm Canadian, so is Bill. Bill's from the East, and I consider Ontario central, I guess, to Canada. So in case you don't know him, that's our friend Bill. And Misha knows Bill. We all know Bill by first name because we've been hanging around each other for quite a long time. And it doesn't matter. Everybody's welcome back. You haven't been here, don't feel guilty. Visit when you can. I like it. I like you guys coming back. I'd love it. And if you can come, that's wonderful. If not, there's no hard feelings to you not being here. It's all good. I used Dr. Doom on my citrus tree. It works, but it's a pesticide. But apparently you can use it when it's fruiting. But I wouldn't trust that. Yeah, you got to be careful on. Well, it's good. You got a Dr. Doom on my old citrus tree. Well, my citrus tree is looking really bad. I have it outside, and I'm trying to bring it back, but it's in rough shape. My poor little tree. The leaves are all funky looking. I gave it a little bit of Epsom salt because the leaves look terrible, but I don't know. I got to bring it back. I need to fix it up because it looks. I've had that tree for over a year and a half, and it was doing really good, and now it's looking pretty sick. I am no expert when it comes to citrus trees, so it's another learning process to how to, if you have a sick citrus, how can you fix it up and make it look better again? I don't know. I guess I'll find out. But I give it some sunlight, so I don't think that's going to hurt if I give it some sunlight. Well, the warm weather's out. I'm leaving it outside, and I don't normally put any of my trees outside and bring them back in. Yeah, are you sure it's leaf curl? Your leaves curled, but leaf curl is something different because I was doing it, and leaf curl is not the same thing on a tree. Leaf curl is something affected by too low of water, sun. When the sun's beating on the thing, it'll do leaf curl, but it's not quite the same. It's not like and there is funguses, but not all of them are fungus related when your leaves curl on a tomato plant. And it depends on how they curl. If they curl up to the sun, sideways, there's like 3 ways leaves curl on tomatoes, and depending on the way that the leaf curls on a tomato, that's the problem. But I'm telling you, it settled itself out. I had a bit of leaf curl too, and a lot of it is to do with water. If it's not getting enough water, it'll do that. My lime got infested with spider mites. Oh. Yeah, don't do the soaps. Oh, I don't even... Anywhere where I see soap, by the way, thank you for bringing that up. I'm going to have to write that one down. I use soap for the gnats too. Disinfectant dish soap, that killed my plants, even outside. I will not recommend using a dish soap at all. Dish soaps are very harmful to your plants. I used it from outside to inside, and they made my plants look so bad using dish soap. So I don't touch dish soap at all. And the spider mites, I did try something on spider mites. Yeah, you have to watch the dish soap is not. It's very harmful to plants. I'm just telling you. So I don't use it. Dawn is extremely hard. That's the one I use. I love Dawn. I love Dawn dish soap for all kinds of things, for animals, for cleaning. It's a great dish soap for dishes, but it's not for plants. It's got the disinfectant, which is extremely hard on plants, and I'm just telling you, I don't touch that. I have touched it. It killed lots of plants off. This is another one I want to add to trying to combat aphids. Do not use dish soap because that was terrible for what I saw. But I will use a little bit. You could try a little bit of neem oil on it. Neem oil, and I'm trying, yeah. Who knows? They may come back. What do you got? Yeah. I used Dawn. It didn't work. In 6. All right. So this thing, Oh, actually, my citrus did get that. I didn't know that, Bill. Now that you said that, I actually cut some of it off, and I saw that it had. This is the first time I saw a spider gnat on my citrus tree, and I didn't know it had it because my eyesight, I couldn't see it. And then I saw it after when it's outside, and so I actually washed it down, and then I'm cleaning it with this solution with what I'm working with for the gnats, and we're gonna see if that works. I'll see. I'll see if my tree gets better, because apparently if you get rid of the gnats, the spider, what do I call it? The spider thing we just said, spider mites or whatever. If you get rid of them, your plant's going to be much healthier. You'll see the difference in your plant. But well, I'll tell you if it works or not. We'll see. Like I said, I did it. It wasn't cheap buying the stuff I bought to get rid of it. No, I do have it. You said could have a spider mites. I do have it. I saw the webs on the one. I didn't see it on any other plant, but I saw it on my citrus tree, which looks really bad right now. And I saw it. Yeah, I have it, and I'm trying to clean. I put it outside for the sun to give it some sun. They need it. Whatever. I can't think of the word right now, but what you get from the sun is very good for citrus plants. You know, the light that comes down on the natural sun. It's not the same as a bulb in your house. And like I said, I washed it off, sprayed it with some water, and then I sprayed it with the solution that I'm using for gnats. Because apparently this solution works on spider mites too. Works on fungus gnats, spider mites, and we shall see. We shall see. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, oh, it does. My plant was looking good, and I couldn't figure out what's the matter with it. And then when I started seeing the mites all over, well, it's killing it. It's bad. So now I'm aware of what they kind of look like, or at least the webbing. I couldn't see the spiders, but I could see the webbing on the plant. And so now, like I said, I have it outside. I rinsed it off, and then I have this stuff that I'm putting on, and this shampoo I put on, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I almost lost my line because of them. I hope it comes back on. I think that once you get rid of them, Bill, the plant should come back really strong and healthy. I'm just happy that I realized what it was, and it's not too late. Hopefully I can save my plant. I trimmed some of the leaves off to give it more energy back to the plant, and I sprayed it really good with this solution. And like I said, it's outside, and I'll find out later whether, like I said, I do updates. You ask me how things are growing, and I'll tell you if things are bad or better or worse. I don't have a problem with that. How else is somebody else going to learn if you don't be telling the truth? Like, I'm not doing videos just to do a video. I'm doing videos because this is the true stuff I'm showing you. I'm not making anything up. I'm not saying just to do a video, use this will work, when I know it doesn't work. I'll tell you, I'm really working hard on a video that I want to show you what doesn't work with fungus gnats and what helps to work with fungus gnats. And I'm hoping this solution I did is going to help a lot. And I'll pass the right amounts out and everything and get it out there. But I'm going to definitely tell you all this stuff. Don't waste your money on. You can kill plants. Like I told you, it'll be a list of many things. And you just added one of them was dish soap. Dish soap is terrible. They kind of say that's an insecticide. I saw recipes where they said, okay, you take this and add a little bit of soap to it, because they even put soap with neem oil, so that the soap would, when you shake the bottle, the neem oil would go through the whole container. No, I'm not doing it. No. And I saw big channels say that about what they use as soap and everything like that. That's just to sell a video, and I'm not going to do that for just to sell a video. Yeah, well, that's a good knowledge though. Bill said if you don't wash them off, it kills the plant. I didn't wash them off, so Bill, that's a good one. That is a very good point. I can't tell you I washed the soap off because I didn't. So if I would have washed the soap, would I save the plants? Maybe that was my issue. Just, I don't know, but I don't add it either don't add it to the neem oil. But Miesh, you got to be careful with the neem oil too, because it also, I swore by how much I loved neem oil, and I do. I love neem oil, but it also, if you're not careful with it, it can kill the good bugs. So you have to be very careful with neem oil when you're spraying it. And I only spray it once, and I'm only spraying it unless I really need it. And I'm careful where I spray it. And if there's any good bugs floating around, don't spray it. Wait till the plants have no bugs around them, and then spray it on them, because you're going to kill, even neem oil, which is organic, still kills the good bugs. So you have to be careful with even neem oil. However, I love the stuff, but I'm going to be careful with it. I only spray when I really have no choice to spray with it. I got it in a big sprayer, shake it up, and I go right to the plant, and I spray it really good underneath the leaves and on top of the leaves. And that's when I was showing you the beans. That's how bad the aphids were last year, that I couldn't even grow peas or beans. They would frickin' be after it. I used soap on them, and the soap stopped it for a bit. And then they came back, and they literally ate all my plants from the all the way to the root, that I never got beans last year. I sprayed the neem oil once to stop it, and I see the newer leaves aren't getting bit, and I see they might come back again, so I might do another spraying of the bottom part of the leaves to stop them, but it's a lot better. Yep, they're all telling me they're trying to stay cool, Bill. Trying to stay cool. Are you still here? Let's see. Boxy Outdoors, are you still here? What is the oil made of? Well, let me see. I'm not sure what it's. Neem, I think, is a plant. But I'm going to make sure. I'll see. What is neem oil made from? Because I'm pretty sure neem is a plant. Neem oil is a vegetable oil obtained from seed kernels of neem tree. And there's a name that don't ask me to pronounce. I'm not going to. An evergreen of the tropics and subtropic. It is deep yellow in color and has garlic-like odor. It's worse than garlic odor. It stinks. But anyways, because I don't mind the smell of garlic, and this makes me nauseous. It contains active ingredients like, let me do it. Azadirachtin, and then nimbin, and picrin, and psyllium. So it does come from a neem tree. Yeah, plant from Africa. Verbally threaten them. What do you want me to verbally threaten? Are you talking about the little critters, to verbally threaten them? So it's a good stuff. It is considered, some gardeners consider it organic and others don't. It is considered that not to abuse the oil, because it'll kill good insects as well as bad, so you want to be careful of that. Lisa wants me to go, get out! Verbally abuse them. Get out! Get out! Gnats, get out of my house. Get out. Fungus gnats. Get out! Yeah, that'll work. And then, that's so funny. Well, I love you all, and thank you, every one of you, for showing up, but I'm going to get going. I'll be back another day, soon, maybe, soon, but I got to get going. It's like 1:21, and I still have to go spray the rest of my plants outside and check my garden before it rains. I have to get going. Oh, that sounds so gross, Lisa. That's not going to happen. But anyways, yes, I want to say goodbye. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And I got it. Adios, muchachos. It's been over 2 hours, so have a good one. I'll see you again. I'll see you around the block sometime. God bless. Take care. Thanks for coming, everybody.